Welcome to another beautiful session of In the Blue. I'm so excited to have a guest with us today that has become not only one of our preferred vendors, but a good friend in this community. And as you guys know, in the chiropractic community, it's a small community. You don't want to tick people off because once you do, you may not be ever working with them again. And in the data-driven practice, we have actually built a what we call our preferred provider net or preferred vendor network, which is a group of vendors that we work closely with because we know them, we like them, we trust them, and they provide unbelievable pricing to our members. And the pricing's nice, but what's more important is the customer service that they provide. And I am so excited today to be able to share with you one of our guests who is Scott Marcus that we've been working with for over a year now, Scott. And he's coming
Wow,
to
yeah,
us
easily.
from, yeah, coming to us from Pain Management Technologies, and also today talking a little bit about the Nerve Spa subsidiary company, which now has an entire suite of treating neuropathy symptoms. And one of the things I'm excited about, Scott, is, I called you a few weeks ago saying that my stepfather-in-law was really showing signs of neuropathy. He's diabetic, he's 80 years old. This is something that, he's working with some of the best doctors in his area, but he called me up, just panicked because he was couldn't sleep. He's a big golfer, starting to see some balance issues. And of course, I went right to my good buddy Scott. And I'm telling you guys, within a couple days, we had the equipment to him. I walked him through step by step. And within 48 hours of the protocol, he's been able to sleep through the night. He hasn't had any symptoms wake him up
Oh,
at
wow.
all. It's been
That's
incredible. So
that's beautiful. I mean, my God, I mean, listen, we all want to sell stuff naturally, but not to get off on a tangent here, but hearing that, having the product do what it's supposed to, that's more important. So
yeah.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I mean, and the cool thing is, I followed the neuropathy prime provider track that I've written for our community, and it literally walks them through step by step of understanding these patients, understanding exactly how to treat this condition, and to be able to partner with a company like yours that has the quality supplies, and it gets like the proof is in the pudding. It gets results. And that is what is so beautiful about being able to work with you guys is I know I can trust your equipment going to our members, but it's beyond the equipment, Scott. It's the level of service that you guys have provided. Give me an idea, like what drives you? Like why are you so good at following up with our members, communicating with our members? I haven't had a single member come back and say, "Oh, Scott, drop the ball."
Man, now I got to live up to all this. Fantastic. I joke around with these guys, and there's a little bit of truth to it. I'm really neurotic, and to me that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm listen, these guys are running a medical clinic. They're providing patient care. If they're calling me, I mean, well, let's say sometimes it is to chat, but if they're calling me, it's because they have a question and they're taking care of somebody. And I don't take that lightly. So I want to get them, the answers that they need, the support that they deserve. Um, like you, I've had family members that have needed this kind of stuff and have had different ailments. Um, and I know how I would feel if they weren't getting prompt follow up. I value the partnership. I was mentioning to you, a lot of these guys, they become my friends. And that's not a reason for me to slack off. Just the opposite. These are my buddies. We talk at night, we talk on the weekend. So if they're reaching out to Scott for something, I got to step up to the plate and take care of business.
Yeah, and you do. You absolutely do.
Thank you.
Take us a little deeper into, the like the pieces of equipment that you guys have available. And let's start with
Yeah.
neuropathy, but walk us through the equipment that you guys have available that fit within the protocol that we teach.
So I got to tell you, when we years ago when we came out with Nerve Spa, and by the way, we're not just neuropathy, joint pain, nutrition.
Yeah, that's what I
It,
was saying. Let's start
it's
there, and
yeah,
then
no, it's fat.
we can
It's a
go
beautiful.
into the knee, we can go to
Oh,
the shoulder,
oh
we
my!
can go.
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing, And what I was so to your question, years ago when we were kind of prodded to develop these products, it was neuropathy, and the stuff out there. Mainly, we heard, the stuff is expensive. Help us help our patients, and help us help our clinics too, for that matter. And we've been in this space for years. Non-opioid, non-surgical pain management modalities. As they said in $6 Million Man, we have the technology. So we had these different modalities, and it was easy for us to just house them um, in these type of products. And that's kind of where we started. So basically we have a full suite of products that complement each other. Like, so think about, if you're, I mean, if you're trying to get into shape, I mean, is just dieting 2 days a week going to do it? No, you got to diet full boat. You got to exercise. You got to get some sleep. You got to drink liquids like water and so on. That's the mentality that we had with Nerve Spa, especially with the neuropathy products that we wanted to develop, and we did all these different modalities that work in tandem and complement each other, and to make it affordable for the clinic and the patient. So if a patient was only able to, say, afford one modality, now with Nerve Spa, they're getting products that work, but maybe they could afford two or three modalities, because we're not looking, it's, listen, we all want to make money, but we weren't looking to, retire over the course of, one sale. Let it build. So now the patient is able to use, several different items to further help their treatment, as opposed to, say, only one, because maybe there was a financial concern. And that's what drives us, products that work, products that are packaged beautifully, and doing it at a fair and reasonable price for everybody involved.
yeah.
Um, I felt like I might have overtalked, but did I at least answer your question?
Yeah, no, let's walk through some of this. And I want to talk to our community a little bit about the importance of protocols, right? In our community, Scott, we teach to move from marketing your provider, right, a personality-based practice, to a protocol-based practice. We want patients coming in saying, I want that protocol, I want that protocol. Because in a protocol, you're either selling the provider's services, which takes time. It's one-on-one contact, right? I mean, I spent years treating patients, 90 to 120 patients a day. It was exhausting. It was me exchanging my energy and knowledge for money. And we got good results. But we started finding better results when we went to a combination of service and product-based
Mhm,
protocols. Because now the products were doing the work, they could serve them at home while they were getting the services in the practice. I still could make a really good margin on those
mhm,
products because, of course, you upsell them, right? You have to have a profit margin on those. It's not just that you're selling a piece of equipment, you're selling the knowledge and the protocol behind that piece of equipment for these patients.
mhm.
And so now when they're getting those type of services, so what is your number one selling piece of equipment? Like what should my community know? Like if you're not prescribing this, you're missing out.
Wow, that's a loaded question. So if we're solely talking neuropathy, um, I probably
Let's go neuropathy and let's go something that's
okay.
not.
So back against the wall, and I don't know that I would just say one product, because I think a lot of clinics, for the most part, will order several items. So back against the wall, I would say our Nerve Spa Pro 90 for sure. Aquatic stim.
Yeah.
Um, that definitely
Which
helps
is
to drive
awesome, by the way.
results.
You guys have done such a
Right.
good job of,
Case in point with your father-in-law. Our Nerve Beam LED wrap. That's a staple product, and we've got a couple of really good supplements. I mean, our nerve and neuropathy cream and our blood flow super formula, kind of neck and neck.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I
that's all in the neuropathy protocol. So yeah, I see what you
Sure.
mean
Yeah,
by saying it all kind of
it's tough to pick just one. And even now I kind of want to talk about a few other products, but kind of go against the grain of what you're asking me. But yeah, Nerve Spot Pro 90, LED wrap, nerve and neuropathy cream, blood flow super formula.
yeah.
I'm done.
No, it's I mean that is the core foundational part of a neuropathy protocol, a neuropathy, because there's advanced protocols as well. What would you say is your number one seller that's not a neuropathy product?
I you'll it's tough for me to give just one, and my brain's moving a million miles a minute. But our Nerve Spot Knee Pro has really started to gain
Yeah.
some traction. I, I hate to admit it, but hell, I've been using this product myself for the last month or so. I'm not 30 anymore. I did something to my knee. I could have sneezed the wrong way, for all I meant, and I'm not saying this because it's our stuff. I'm saying this because I see a difference. I personally, when I put my foot into my shoe, it bothered me. Like I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? And I've
Yeah.
been using this for about a month daily, and I noticed such a big difference. And I've got these beautiful testimonials from several clinics, some within the data driven family, and some outside of it.
Yeah.
And the results that their patients are seeing, 50 to 80%, bone on bone improvement. Um, People that would normally be in so much pain after a full day, um, just the exact opposite. It's fantastic to hear. And our power wrap has actually um, taken shape as well. You know, I actually got the we got the inspiration for that product a couple of years ago at your conference in Orlando. Um, I saw a group of docs that I know, and naturally, I wanted to say hello and find out, what we could do better, and how come they weren't using certain products of ours, and they told me, which is exactly what, and that kind of led to the power wrap evolving, and I'm getting really,
So
really.
for those that in our
Oh,
community
I'm
that
sorry.
don't
Sure.
know what the power wrap is, just briefly describe.
Oh, that would help. So the power wrap, we developed it because we heard that it would help compliance, having something with a quicker treatment time. So we have this combinational product that has six rigid panels, if you will, that are interconnected, and it's a combination of LED and cold laser, which is quite rare out in the industry. So 78 lasers, 192 LEDs. Docs use it for neuropathy, of course. They use it for the knee. Hell, I got a few clinics that use it at the same time as having a patient on the knee on track, literally at the same time, because one of the treatment time options is the same as the knee on track. I didn't know that. I had a few clinics tell me this. It was phenomenal. I was happy I learned something new. Um, so, quicker treatment time, combinational therapy, and rather intuitive to use, and all in a really sharp retail box.
Nice. Nice. I love it. Yeah. And so as our members are looking to move to attracting more complex conditions in their practice, it requires more advanced protocols. And so obviously people are getting incredible results with reversing neuropathy. And you guys have incredible equipment for that. And they can find that whole list inside of our preferred vendor site. And you guys also have incredible, like you mentioned, the power wrap can be used for any area of the body that you're treating because you literally can just wrap that limb or that area to treat it, and you can do it in congruent or in at simultaneously with other treatments while they're either in the practice. Is that something that they would sell to a patient to take home?
Oh, for sure. We're the home care guys, right? So that's, our stuff is meant to augment what's being done in clinic.
Yeah.
So when we came out with it, the intent was for it to be used at home, like our other stuff. So I was pretty stoked that I was wrong slash didn't think of this. I, had a few clinics that brought these in, and unbeknownst to me, they were using it in their clinic, which was something else for me to share with other clinics, give them some other ideas. But it's definitely helped these clinics offer them and get their patients used to it and introduced to it. So
Nice.
yeah, it's helped some of my docs, help them, like you said, be able to promote it and sell them to their patients for use at home.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Do you guys, when it comes to the world of billing DME versus cash equipment that they're just including in their protocols for cash-based services, do you guys have and support any DME that is billable to insurance?
Probably not in the Nerve Spa family of products, but
No, not
pain. Yeah, I mean the short answer is yes.
any
Pain
of the
management.
braces or
Sure, sure. We have, as a company, as pain management technologies, we have hundreds and hundreds of SKUs. So, uh, bracing, uh, traction,
so like LSO
uh,
braces that they could bill, especially if
sure,
they're Medicare certified, knee braces
Medicare,
that
commercial insurance, comp, auto. Um, yeah, I mean, you know, it, we have a lot. We're a very well-rounded company with a very robust product offering, and we absolutely
what's
have
a
insurance options.
just out of curiosity, what's a
Sure.
product that you guys sell quite a bit of that our audience might be surprised that you guys carry?
Good Lord. It's a great.
I'm making you I'm
You're
making you
making me
think today,
sweat and
Scott.
think. Well, no, I remember. I told Gabe. I said, "Listen, don't tell me what you're going to ask me. You put me on the spot." So there's a couple items that and not only because they're fresh in my mind from other clinics or distributors that sell into clinics. So we have a product called the Aqua Relief System. It's contrast therapy. It's a water-based system where you just put some water in like a canister of sorts, and it gets hot and cold therapy. Back in the day, Medicare used to pay for that, not anymore. But one of my distributor friends, he educated me a few years ago that it tends to be something that auto and PIP insurance and sometimes workers' comp. And a lot of the clinics they work with, they're looking to get away from Medicare and commercial insurance, and
Yeah,
that's been a staple product for them. We also have some cervical traction products as well.
nice.
And that's billable EO849, EO856. And we also have a plethora of different STEM units from TENS to EMS all the way up. I'm leaving some stuff out, but you know, I don't want to overtalk the point again.
No, those are solid things. And so again, in our community, and the reason why this is such an important relationship, Scott, why you guys are a preferred vendor is because as these providers, we talk about the driven doc, we talk about the prime provider. Uh, the prime provider oftentimes is the production manager or the lead associate doc. Depending on the scale of the clinic, if they're going to multiple locations, this can become your clinic director of one of your locations. And one of the key things is really developing these protocols. And this means working on them, testing them. What's getting you the best patient outcomes? As you guys know, and Scott, I don't know if you know this yet, but what we're building inside of Prime Practice is the ability to track that patient progress, to look at a quantifiable number of tests and intake data that the patient came in with that as they then progress and they update that information, Prime Practice will score that and eventually be able to graph it and show that improvement, whether on a first re-exam, that's 35%, 40% improvement. On a second re-exam, it's 60, 70% improvement until that patient starts to plateau. When they plateau for two progress exams, right, we deem that maximum medical improvement. So that whole ability for you to test those protocols and work with patients based upon certain tests that were positive, certain indicators that you're finding in your exam process, that would then, when you're doing your reported findings, you can connect them to say, based upon the complexity of your condition and these findings, because this white tissue is injured, I'm prescribing this type of therapy supported by this home therapy. And this is what Scott was saying, right? To lose weight, it's not a 3 times a week thing, it's a daily thing. And when you can provide services in the practice supported by at-home care, not only do you get better results, patients are happier. You're going to be able to see those patient outcomes. And long term, you're going to be able to be the go-to clinic because your protocols work.
You talking to you about this, it reminded me, and for the life of me, I usually remember these kind of things, but reminded me of a conversation I had with a clinic some time ago, and they told me they had one of their patients came in really bad neuropathy, and the thing of it all is that they just bought a motor home for about 100 grand and couldn't use it because it hurt him literally. It hurt him to use his feet on the gas and the brake.
Hmm.
And after some time of getting treatment and as you said, using service in clinic and using some of our stuff, well, he finally was able to go on that trip and utilize that motorhome. Um, you know, like I said, and to me,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic story. Made me. I was thrilled that our products did what they were supposed to help that gentleman be able to take his motorhome across the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my stepfather-in-law, he is a golf fanatic. And let's just say he's not hurting for money. He would have literally paid whatever it cost to be able to reverse that condition and stop it cold in its tracks. So obviously, as his stepson-in-law, I didn't, upcharge him. But this is where you, as doctors, you've got to understand your value and understand your value in the marketplace. And that's where there's no other option for them with neuropathy other than managing it until they need, in some cases, amputation. So this quality of life, so that they can enjoy their retirement years rather than suffer through them, can't put a price on that. So great story, Scott. As we wrap this up today, what is one thing about you that our audience would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, Jesus. Man, you really are putting me on the spot. Are we
Not getting
talking
off that easy,
personal?
buddy.
Are we? Oh man, are we talking personal or professional?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever comes to mind.
Man, I already know a few of the guys watching this that I'm never going to hear the end of this for. Um, they all know that I'm a little OCD. That's not exactly a secret,
Sure.
but I'm a big dog person. Um, some of the clinics I just went to visit on my road trip, I told them, I said, if your dog's not there, I'm turning around, getting back in my car. Um, I am a huge superhero nerd.
Nice.
I even some of the bad movies I'll go and see, and I've got the toys and the props, to match. Um,
Nice.
embarrass my daughter, and I sang in high school, so
Nice.
yeah, the whole I enjoy being part of something, building something, you know, more than just myself. So that was kind of cool, back in my New York days. So
Super cool. So
yeah,
dog
thank you
guy,
guys.
superhero buff, and a hidden secret talent of singing. I'm going to have to remember that at our next live event. We may bring you up on stage and
Nothing like a little liquid courage to get me going.
I'll remember that. I'll buy him a drink first. Well, Scott, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you.
DDP Nation, remember, you can click the link below. You can access all of Scott's products at a special DDP discount that you get provided for being part of the DDP Nation. Scott, thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for being
A
part of
lot
our
of fun.
Pride
A
Vendor
lot of fun.
Network.
Thank you for having me.
Look forward to keep working with you in the future. Keep bringing out amazing products for our
We're
community.
just getting started. We are in growth mode. We got a lot of cool stuff in the works, and it wouldn't have happened without the feedback from the docs.
I
So
love
thank
it.
you.
No, that's amazing. All right, Driven Nation, stay driven. Keep healing patients. We need you on those front lines, building the teams that heal your communities. Be the visionary, be the CEO, find your operator, scale. That is the Driven way. Have a great day.